Welcome back to the Retirement Pivot. I'm Kat Kelly, here to talk about all things retirement. I would like to focus this pre Thanksgiving episode on service. I think it's a great opportunity during the holidays to celebrate lots of things. And one of them is, for me, the opportunities that I have to be of service to others. It's an important part of my retirement. I think it's an important part of our generation's retirement. They're calling us, for some people in their situations, the sandwich generation, because many people my age who are retiring have kids just sort of becoming professionals and entering their own lives, having their children, um, but they're also taking care of aging parents because we are blessed that our parents are living longer. My parents are 83 and 86, and certainly a blessing to us. And while many of my peers have lost their parents, um, we do have a good number of us who still have our parents, and I'm just wanting to make their golden years the best that we can. So it's not that I'm a caretaker for my parents. My parents are very independent, but my sister and I designed a home that has two parts. It has a main home that's a 3 bedroom, 3 bath home that my sister and I live in, and it has an attached casita that's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths with a kitchen and entrance and parking and stuff. So my parents can live independently, but attached to us. So there's just a swinging door in our kitchen that takes us right into my parents' part of the house. But one of the things I want to talk about today is the idea of this silver brigade of volunteers, people my age who are volunteering, certainly silver, um, and not only the need for volunteers, but in our communities, but also the opportunity for volunteering. And I want to share just some ideas about volunteering. Um, I am a volunteer for an organization called Neighbors Network, and it is a local organization. There are others across the country, so you could certainly see if there's one near you. I would encourage establishing one if there isn't. It's an organization designed to pair volunteers with members. So it's a membership organization. It's a nonprofit. So it's run on grants and different things, but also the membership dues. I think it's a minimal membership. Um, and it serves a certain service area because that's where we can get volunteers to serve. And it's basically designed to help older neighbors stay in their homes as long as possible safely. It is a desire of many, many boomers and members of the silent generation, um, and now moving into Gen Xers. But I'm the first Gen X, so I was born in 1965. So we're 60 and under. So while we might not need volunteers, we are very capable of volunteering. And so that's what I do. We have two parts of the organization. One is transportation, and that is taking people to doctor's appointments, picking them up, waiting for them, taking them food shopping, taking them to social interactions that we have planned for members, lunches and Scrabble tournaments and book clubs and different things like that. So the organization has a side that develops all of that. And then there's also just sort of fixing things in the house. I'm kind of in charge of for the organization, pairing volunteers with tasks that have to do with, like I do a lot of gardening for members. I clean windows. We power wash sidewalks so they're not slippery. Um, Decluttering parts of the house, parts of the outside, just doing things that perhaps an 80-year-old couldn't do on their own, and just needs a little bit of help doing, but helps to make their home a safe place for them to stay. We have some volunteers who are very skilled and can, fix a wall, can rewire a light, can do all those kinds of things. And I think it's important that as we move into retirement, we look for opportunities to become helpers to those who've maybe been in retirement for a while and who might just need an extra hand. And sometimes it's just a social visit, also. Sometimes it's just staying connected. That connection is super important. And so, while in Orlando, we have the Neighbors Network, there are other networks all over the country. I would encourage, as you become retired, that you search out those opportunities, because when you're 80, it would be nice for others to want to connect with you as well. And so it gives back to me also a very good feeling of helping. I learned so much from my members. I was just at a house the other day. We'll call the member Bob. That is not his name. But he had had some plumbing work done. He hired the plumber. The plumber did a whole bunch of stuff, but the plumber didn't fix. I mean, he fixed the walls, yes, or maybe he had someone come in and fix the walls, but they didn't paint. So I said, not a problem. I came in and painted. It's probably 5 or 6 areas, because he had the bathroom fixed, he had the kitchen fixed, he had a number of things fixed. So I just came in. He couldn't do it because of his vision. He does not have good enough vision to do it. So I came in and painted the walls for him and had a nice 2-hour conversation with him about his life. He worked for the state of Florida, and he had to stop working because he had vision loss, and he's actually a younger member because of that. He runs every day though in his neighborhood, and stays very healthy. And so, just the idea of sharing time with people is also important as well. Sometimes it's more important than the task. So I would say volunteering in retirement, very important, has been. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. Has been important for me and given me way more than I've given it, I have to say. And I would say pick your passions when you're looking for things to retire about. I know I've talked about loving manatees. I love the manatees. It's about a half hour away from me, the Blue Springs State Park, and so it's been hard for me to commit to that volunteering, but I'm trying to figure it out. I really want to do something with the manatees. I wish they were in Orlando. Um, but anyway, uh, neighborhood cleanup, also a great way to volunteer and get involved with close in neighbors who are, near to you. We do a lot of that here in College Park and in Winter Park and Orlando. Um, Also, I have a friend, my friend Donna, who in her youth, her younger years as a professional before she was a teacher, she volunteered at a hospital to rock the babies in the NICU. And that is so important. That physical presence with a child in need is so important and can be so rewarding. I think for me, it would be very, very difficult. Like, uh, for some people, working with older people is difficult. For me, a sick baby, it's a deal breaker for me. But there are so many people who can do that and would get so much out of that. We have a beautiful Winnie Palmer Hospital, Arnold Palmer Hospital, in Orlando, that has a great children's area. So if you're in Orlando, that's something you can do. Also, working with the unhoused and uncredentialed. We have an organization in Orlando. I'm going to get involved in it soon, probably in the spring, where we work to get unhoused individuals and just people who don't have credentials. But it's a great organization, very local. They work downtown a lot, and I want to participate in that aspect as well. And then environmental, working to just clean up the area, working to support organizations that do that cleanup is great. All kinds of ways to volunteer in with organizations, so that you can stay connected, feel like you're contributing, be part of a solution, which is fantastic. So, in this, holiday era, um, I would say focus on, yes, gift giving and receiving and all that stuff, but also just being an important part of the goodness in your community in the ways that you can. And I'm open to suggestions if you know of any other organizations that I could be working with, and enjoy this beautiful time of the year. And we'll focus. I think I'm going to focus next week on things I'm thankful for. All right. Have a good week.